Which is the best sim racing camera in the world? Is it cockpit view? Is it bonnet view? Is it third person view? Is it bumper view? We're going to find out today, but this is going to be a very difficult test. Let's start in cockpit mode. Let's talk about the pros and the cons. The cons are the visibility is absolutely appalling. I can see a wheel in the screen. When I have a wheel in my hands here, there's two wheels. Yes, I know you can turn that off, but this is still how this cockpit view is framed. When I'm racing in real life, my eyesight kind of zooms through the windshield. Here I can kind of see all this stuff that I just would disappear from my mind when I'm racing in real life. But in the game, it's here in 2D. I can't fully see the mirror. It's not very useful. However, I can see the shake of the cockpit against the outside world, which does indicate to me, like, you know, what the car's doing, like how fast I'm going, how bumpy it is, you know, what the camber's like on the circuit. So that's pretty good. But generally, I would say cockpit view for me, yes, it feels authentic. And I would say in virtual reality, it's incredible, because in virtual reality, you don't have the two-wheel problem. And in virtual reality, your eyesight naturally zooms through the windshield. But I would say in my experience, this is not how it feels to drive. I haven't driven the Ferrari 409P. I have driven the Ferrari 488 GT on the track, and I definitely it didn't feel like this to me. Whoa. Now, from a driving perspective, I can kind of see the apexes. I can't really see the cars around me. Is there a car there? I wouldn't know without the radar. So now I'm kind of reliant on the radar, though I can hear it. So, yeah, cockpit view, I would say not the best. Right. Now we're talking. Bonnet view. This is what, in my experience, this is what my vision is like when I've been racing cars in real life. And my vision is naturally scanning far ahead on the track through the windshield. Yeah, this for me is much more realistic. And you let me know in the comments what you think about that. But for me, this is actually what it's like to be inside a cockpit. Now, I don't have as many reference points of how the car's shaking versus outside, but I can still see my car position. So when I'm going up Eau Rouge, I can still see where to place the car, which I think is quite important. So I like bonnet view. I like seeing the color of my car. I like seeing how I'm placing it. You know, I can't see that there's a lock up there, like visually with the smoke, but I can hear it, I can feel it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this view. Like, for me, this view is better in most ways than cockpit view. Now, I wouldn't do VR in this view, although I have done. Cheeky. I do VR in cockpit view, but on a monitor like this, I think this is better than cockpit. Okay, let's get through pool 1. Okay, we didn't get through pool 1. Now we've got damage, it's maybe appropriate for us to talk about a third-person camera, because this is going to show the benefits of third-person camera, because we're going to be able to see the exterior of our car and where it is in relation to other cars. Where you get wrecked, mate. And track limits at all times. And some esports drivers use this view. Like, people may tell you they don't, but I've gone to the events and I've got my camera out and I've seen it. I've got the evidence here. So this can be a very fast view. Now, what are the drawbacks? The drawbacks are, it's really hard to understand what your rotation of the wheel is innately doing to the car, because I feel like you're just further away from the front end of the car. You're looking through the rear of it. The rear of the car is really dictated by what you're applying to the front end, I would say, in terms of how the wheels turn.
Green flag, green flag.
But let's see if this feels any different. Oh, well, I went for that gap. It didn't quite work out, but you could see that I could see it. Now I'm just chilling. I know there's no one around me. I can see up the track as well. I would say this is a little bit like a cheat code. I can defend maybe against the Aston. Got a V12 up my butt. Annoyingly, the radar's kind of in the way of Lake Coombe. And we can see the car like sliding a little bit, and like we may be able to see the rear step out. Get wrecked, mate. Oh no. You know, this corner's a lot easier both to see like how much rotation I can apply to the car and also obviously attack or defend. I wouldn't say I'm driving as naturally. I'm saying it's easier to be defensive, let's say. Like I probably can't be as fast in third person camera. But let's now go into bonnet view. This is bonnet view, or bumper view. I'll put the correct text up there. I don't like this view. I don't know where track limits are in relation to my car. I don't know what my car's doing. Like for me, this is a view that if you've done like 1,000 laps and you know what your car's gonna do through the process of brute force elimination, then you can drive using this view. But if you want to drive instinctively, maybe it also makes me feel like I can do track limits because I feel like I'm a floating camera. Let's give these positions back. Go on then, have your positions back. I just feel like I'm a camera floating through space. Like, this camera here doesn't really work for me. Yes, I can appreciate how low I am. I just wanted to do that so we can just see the cars coming here. And I think in some sims or games, this camera is designed to basically be the driver's eye, but nothing around them. It's not actually like set in front of the bumper, which is quite interesting. But there's no standardization of that. So in terms of these 4 cameras, I would say cockpit view, to be honest, unless you're in VR, I think it's just better being in this view. I think it's more realistic. I think it's faster. I don't think it's unrealistic. It's the sensation of driving in a cockpit, from my experience. But you let me know. This camera, again, I don't think there's anything wrong with becoming proficient in this camera, unless you want to do iRacing in the future, because you can't do this in iRacing. There's also something to be said for just enjoying seeing your car, like, especially if you paid money for it as a DLC item. So I have nothing against third-person camera. And then this bumper view, and again, the word bumper seems to indicate that it wouldn't be a driver's eye view, but I think there's a mix and match there. I really don't like this view. Like, this to me is like a debug camera. It doesn't feel like a complete game. But you let me know in the comments, okay? I want to hear from you. Which is the best camera angle for sim racing and which one do you use? Make sure to subscribe to me if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.